Oh, live.
Yep, we're live now. Hello, everybody. Slightly Slanted Sleuth coming at you from the Stabbing Cabin in Oakdale, Minnesota. And I'm joined with the Runky Monkey, Jerry Runk. How are you doing today, Jerry?
I'm good, brother.
And it's 3 at 3 p.m., so you know me. I had to do it at 3 p.m. Yeah, I just got done shoveling off my roof, and oh my, holy Jesus, it was murder on the old body, I'll tell you. So I'm one sore guy now. I'm not some young guy anymore. Okay, I'm gonna let Paula in here. She's present in counted full. Hello, Paula.
Hello.
Hey, I'm gonna promote you to panelist now. You're gonna cut out, so just chill for a second.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, everybody, we're gonna talk about the secret of secrets. Hello, Paula. Are you there? Hello, you're muted.
Yep.
El muto. El mutation. You're muted, Paula. We can't hear you. There's this April Runk in the chat again, dude. She's a stalker. Paula, are you there?
Right here.
Can you hear me? I can hear somebody in the background. Okay. Hey, what's up? 10,000 Lakes, BC, Cindy. How are you? She's in the chat. Lynn Hansen, how are you? April, Lynn, Max Vision. Hello, guys. How are you this evening or this afternoon on 3 at 3? And my light will not stop freaking glitching out on me. You guys can't even see me, can you? There. Now you can. So, yeah, I can't hear anything and I can't unmute myself. Why not?
April said she just got her notification.
Hang on, Paula, I'm working on it.
She's already on there. Oh, I got it.
There we go.
What?
I got it.
You got it?
I got it.
Everybody got
Dang.
it. I seen notification went out.
Palladian Scientists, UFO Builder. Hi, how are you? Like your name? Very much. But yeah, I wanted to talk about the secret of the secrets.
No joy and rapture. Bring it, brother.
Oh, joy and rapture. I love that. But it is tablet 12 of the Emerald tablets.
Oh, yay.
And I invited like 11 people today. We'll see if anybody else shows up. But yeah, they can join in on the fun when they get here. So did you happen you got your book handy with you, Paula?
I do not, but I can go and get it.
Well, you don't have to have it. Hello, Dark Truth. Glad you could join us. I don't know if you guys have a copy of the Emerald tablets or if you can look it up on something. We're talking about tablet 12, the secret of secrets. And it starts out, hello, Aaron. How are you? I think I sent you both, Aaron, Dark, or all you guys. Anybody who wants to join, you can join.
Eric might join too.
And I think there's the Zoom. If anybody wants to click and hang out, we can do.
You said 12. Trina,
hello. My skies, Mike, what's up, buddy? Glad you guys could join us. But yeah, the Emerald Tablet, Secret of Secrets. Now ye assemble, my children, waiting to hear the secret of secrets, which shall give ye power to unfold the God-man. Give ye the way to eternal life. Plainly shall I speak the unveiled mysteries. No dark saying shall I give unto thee. Open thine ears now, my children, and hear and obey the words that I give. First I shall speak of the fetter of darkness, which bind ye in chains to the sphere of this earth. Darkness and light are both of one nature. different only in seeming, for each arose from the source of all. Darkness is disorder, light is order. Darkness transmuted is light of the light. This, my children, your purpose in being, transmutation of darkness to light. Now that, Brunky, what does that remind you of in the Bible?
It reminds me of Halloween, man. Scraping out them seeds of doubt, you know.
Halloween.
Putting a new light in your head.
Nice.
The Bible, let's see.
Well, you know, the other word for dragon was a jackal or serpent, but it said that God had a face like a jackal. But then we do jack-o'-lanterns, the headless horseman.
Well, one could say an Anubis too with the jackal, you know, the jackal
Yeah.
analogy.
And the secrets, you know, there's somewhere I remember only the father can break out the secrets. I think it was when he was king or whatever, was trying to get Daniel to reveal what his dreams were. But then I think of you know, that song "My Name's Human" by Highly Suspect. He does another song. It's called "Little One."
What about you, Paula? What you take from that?
Out of the darkness came the light is the scripture that comes to mind.
Yep, exactly. And you know, the unfolding the God man and give ye the way to eternal life. That's essentially what you know, through me is the way, through me is the light, through me you will find eternal life. You know, that's what Jesus is or Jesus the Christ says.
Yes.
You know, and God, that April's still hanging out in here, man. Paula from Newcastle, or Paul from Newcastle, not Paula. Sorry, Paul. nice of you to join us. Serpent, I agree. Now, you guys don't believe the serpent is a negative thing, do you?
I don't.
No, I
think one is. You think they're both positive? It's the iron rod that grounds it, or is one snake neutral? You know,
well, I think the serpent is a representative of many things. I think. The serpent represents wisdom first and foremost, wisdom and knowledge. And it actually represents the pineal gland in our heads because when it opens up, it looks like a serpent.
Nice.
DNA, double helix of the DNA. Good one.
Yep.
And yeah.
Wow.
Hanson, I think I said hi to you. P. Turtle, I like turtles. Nice to see you here. Light unfolds the third dimension. Yeah. Code, replication, wisdom, medicine, alchemy. Yes, very good. Somebody else is here. I'm going to get them on in here.
All right.
Who is it? Bet it is Rodney.
Yeah. I was wondering where he was at.
Rodney, I'm going to be transferring you over to panelists, so hang on. Hold tight. What up, Nomad? Hello. You got to unmute yourself, bro.
I'll be right back.
Huh?
I'll be right back. Gonna go get me another something to drink. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Can you hear?
Yep, now I can hear you.
So you were talking about serpent?
Yeah, I read the first three paragraphs of the Secret of Secrets, and the serpent. Somebody mentioned the serpent in the chat. It hasn't come up yet in the Emerald or in the particular tablet yet. But did you hear the first reading, the part we read?
No, I came on late.
It talks of which shall give ye power to unfold the God-man, give ye the way to eternal life. Plainly shall I speak the unveiled mysteries, no dark saying shall I give unto thee. Open thine ears now, my children, hear and obey the words that I give. First I shall speak of the fetter of darkness, which bind ye in chains sphere of the earth. Darkness and light are both of one nature, different only in seeming, for each arose from the source of all. Darkness is disorder, light is order. Darkness transmuted is light of the light. This, my children, your purpose in being, transmutation of darkness to light. Now that's the old lead to gold analogy for the alchemist, right?
Right.
I would think.
Yeah.
That also explains more than likely why the Vatican has the big serpent in the auditorium.
Precisely.
Because they want to, first of all, they control so much knowledge on this planet. They scoured this entire planet for all the ancient knowledge. It's not hard to control the show if you've got all the books.
Right.
Right. And I'm testament to you don't need books to figure out anything.
Right. That's true.
Seriously. Books will help us if shit hits the fan because we won't have Google to look up anymore. But
that's right. Well, I was spiritual and was getting downloads way before I ever had internet. So
yeah. But the reason why I had this at 3 p.m. on the third day of the third month in the year of our Lord 2019 was because I am a 333 creature.
Oh, that's why. How beautiful is that? I love you.
I'm a Cancer baby.
Me too.
72. Yeah.
I'm a 73.
I'm a 68.
And
Brunky's only 21.
All the time. It's so weird.
1968.
Okay, who wants to read the next two paragraphs?
I could. I've never read from this before. I don't know if I'll be as good as you,
hey,
but
Steve, that the spear of the earth. I mean, is that the one? There's two worlds, and
the sphere of the earth. You wanted to talk about that first? I shall speak of the fetter of darkness which bind ye in chains to the sphere of the earth. Remember when I was talking about the numbers and their correlation, the seven lords of Amenti? Remember when I was telling you that 3 is the one? 3 is the one of the third that binds ye. That is the here it is. 3 holds the key of all hidden magic, creator he of the halls of the dead, sending forth power shrouding with darkness, binding the souls of the children of men, sending the darkness, binding the soul force, director of negative to the children of men. And I believe that's right here in the Fear Factory. That's who controls our, the third principle or the third house of the Lord is what controls the earth. And it's why we're in this, that's the first thing we have to overcome in this,
That's what makes matter, other than light.
The demiurge, yep.
We're tied to the speared to the earth.
Well, you have to realize it's backwards. This is death.
It's sphere, S-P-H-E-R-E, right? Not spear.
Like a circle.
A circle. Okay. Yeah.
How do you convince someone it's totally reversed and upside down?
Hello, Desert Rose. Nice to see you here.
Have you ever had
it depends on what you're the way you're looking at it, because like it says, darkness and light are both of the same thing, just seemingly different because they're both of the, from the source of all. It's like negative and positive. There's still one in the big
saying about the dream. You know what I mean? The only way you go in there and you ask the universe.
Yeah, how you tap in? How you tap into the Akashic? You mean?
Yeah, with all your thoughts. When you ask that question,
right?
You just pull it out of the ether.
Right, and it's no coincidence that the Ethernet is the wording of the computer plug-in too. You know what I mean?
Because it is a galactic computer.
Right.
It's a biological. It's beyond my understanding.
Well, I like that picture with the Earth and I guess that other one's a magnet.
Mm-hmm.
The icon for this show.
Mm-hmm.
Did you happen to read that article I sent you about repolarization in the black hole?
Yeah, I did.
What did you get? It was really crazy because you had talked about it, not exactly.
That was my only hang up was that being drawn back into the furnace and not having your own free will manifestation powers. You're part of the all again, so you are individualized still, but you don't have the manifestation will of what you would have if you become angel here in the physical form. Imagine becoming an angel at 10, 15 years old. Like I'm sure that would happen. That's what happened when you know, like when the Atlantean civilization was around, because there's talk of the kids would go, you know, after turning 13, or I think you'd have to wait until you're 18 or something, but you know, kids would turn a certain age and then they would go to initiate school, and they'd drop off the face of their parents' radar for like 5 to 10 years, depending on the student, and then they'd come back with the knowing. You know, imagine living your life with the knowledge Phil's got in his head now.
Oh my God, that'd be awesome.
You know, imagine that. Imagine what you could do with that kind of power.
A lot.
Yeah, it'd just be incredible. You know, and I think that was what we're, you know, why we are here, is because we are here to refresh the creator with the all spark that we create of our own self-aware state of the consciousness, you know,
and to balance that power and to realize not to use it for bad.
Right. Well, I think that's an inherent manifested thing. As the good part is, because I don't think it's possible once you become one with God in that sort of undogmatic, you know, quote unquote undogmatic way, because God is not some entity that's going to strike you down for going out and cheating on your wife, or, you know, for kicking your dog, or swearing at your kids, or beating your kids, or even, you know, God is not going to do that, because it's you that is, you know, the God in you is the one that judges you, nobody else, no creature, you know. So
correct.
So there is no ravenous hateful entity that's gonna, you know, strike you down for doing anything. We are born into this world as fools, into a devilish existence, and we're selfish, you know, until we realize that, you know, that's not getting us anywhere, you know. And if you could figure that out before going that far, that's more power to you. But usually it's, you know, it's no coincidence that most of us that are watching this show, and me, all of us here on this panel are 45 or right around there. You know, it's no coincidence that we're that age.
Exactly. No coincidence.
Okay, read on, Paula.
Okay, I've read ahead, so hopefully I cannot butcher this. Hear ye now of the mystery of nature, the relations of life to the earth where it dwells. Know ye are threefold in nature, physical, astral, and mental in one. Three are the qualities of each of the natures, 9 in all, as above, so below. In the physical are these channels, the blood which moves in vertical motion, reaching or reacting on the heart to continue its beating. Magnetism, which moves through the nerve paths. Carrier of energies to all cells and tissues, akasha, which flows through channels. Subtle yet physical, completing the channels. Each of the three attuned with each other, each affecting the life of the body. Form they the skeletal framework. And the Bible says that the soul is in the skeleton, in the marrow of your bones, through which the subtle ether flows, which is my mind element. In their mastery lies the secret of life in the body, relinquished only by will of the adept, when his purpose in living is done. Three are the natures of the astral mediator, is between above and below, not of the physical, not of the spiritual, but able to move above and below.
All right, let's discuss that so far. So what do you think of the threefold nature of man? And, you know, it's kind of weird that the 333 thing is right here on 333 at 3 o'clock, right?
You're right.
Hang on, we got my skies in the house. We got to get him in here. What up, 5D? What up, buddy? I'm going to promote you to panelists, so bear with me. You're going to cut off for a second.
I am so, oof, this is awesome.
You're muted, Mike. Talk. Can you hear us? The mute button, you got to undo it.
Yeah, when you click the mute button, brother, a little window will pop up above it. Click that.
Okay. So, yeah, we're talking about the know ye are threefold in nature, physical, astral, and mental in one. 3 are the qualities of each of the natures, 9 in all, as above, so below. Now, 9 is actually that magic number, the one with the, is the master of the, the master of the whole works, the one that has unlimited, reach. And it's the same as the mathematical vortex math principle, that's what rules the roost there too, is 9. So, I mean, the Akasha now, the magnetism that flows in vertical motion, in the blood, that's what our, that's the description of why our hearts can be read on an EKG machine, the energy that flows through us, the part, the fractal of the black hole of the energy. So, yeah, what do you guys think of that? I mean,
wow, it's beautiful.
Can I be heard now?
Yep, we can hear you.
Hey, hello, everyone.
Hello.
Do any of you feel that it can be done physically?
What?
Leave this plane?
Yes.
Well, not in this manner. I think the only way we can leave this plane is out of the physical body.
Well, we need the physical body to ascend out of it. Yes.
Right. You do. It's the vessel in which, it's the bus that brings us to the cliff in which we jump off this physical earth from. I mean, you got to, like I keep saying, or like Phil showed or taught me this phrase: you got to die before you die, so when you die, you don't die. That's that to me sounds way better than I'm a born again Christian, because born again makes you think that when you die as your physical death, that is when you go to heaven.
Right. Yeah.
What do you think of that, Runky? What do you think of the threefold nature of man? And
yeah, man, I agree. I mean, Trinity, it's always 3. Everything seems to work that way.
Yep. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Yeah.
And you are the Son. And the Spirit, because Spirit says when, you know what I mean? The ether is what we're in, the image.
Yes.
Did you guys catch the spirit or the astral mediator it between above and below, not of the physical, not of the spiritual, but able to move above and below?
Yeah, that blew my mind. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around that.
What I believe that is
that
it's
when we dream, that's should be our practice time. I've felt that before.
That's exactly what it is.
Dream, right. I've had many lucid dreams, and able to control your dreams. That's
precisely what it is.
Unfortunately, much more as a child than now.
All right.
Somebody's got their audio on in the background. Could you maybe turn that down?
Yeah, my skies, I think maybe.
But yeah, so what were you saying, Rodney?
If you thought that dream time was our practice time to master that, and we just don't really.
I actually had the thought before that maybe our dreams are actually what steers our reality. It's like the autonomous Tesla car, the AI behind the steering wheel of the biological robot we call human, because
staying behind the veil.
Yes.
I love your choice of words there, Steve.
Which ones is that?
That we are biological computers, basically.
Right. Yeah.
Biological AI. Yeah.
Yep.
Do you have anything to say
And
for
I
my
feel
guys?
we all have hidden programs in us. Sorry.
It's all right.
I didn't have my head together on anything you guys are talking about. I'm listening. You guys are at such a high level of understanding. I absorb a lot and don't have a lot of input at this point.
Okay.
I was very interested in that last video I just put a link to of Quantum Conscious. It's called titled "This Can't Wait." This one can't wait, and it talks about how in us manifesting our own reality, if we're focusing on all this negative stuff, we're the ones that are actually going to make it happen, to withdraw our attention from it.
That's what I've been saying, and that's the video that Eric said that I made with Rachel and Cosmic Christie a few months back. And he was like, it's the only one you need. It's got everything in it. We were talking about not talking about the negative things anymore, because when we do, we're not healing it. We're creating more of it.
Yep.
Exactly, yeah.
We've had this
I
discussion
appreciate everything you guys are doing. I wanted to make sure this technology worked today, that I was hooked up with the Zoom and I could get on and conversate. I love you guys all, and I'm going to
I love you, my skies. I've known you the longest.
Thanks for stopping by, bud.
Thanks, you guys. Love
Later,
you all.
bro. Love you.
Steve, this is so interesting. Once again, I have a friend that he does DMT trips, and he described when he was in this realm seeing a masked figure that had like hand puppets all over its hands, but he eventually figured out that what was controlling it was him.
Who is that masked man, or who was that masked man? The Lone Ranger.
That's pretty
crazy.
Oh, that gave me goosebumps when you said that.
That's pretty deep. All right, anybody else want to read, or do you want me to read?
I could read some more if you like, but I'll probably butcher it again.
It's up to you if you want to.
Well, I haven't read ahead this time like I did last time.
I'll read it. 3 are the natures of mind, carrier it of the will of the Great One, arbitrator of cause and effect in thy life. Thus is formed the threefold being, directed from above by the power of 4. Right there. What does that say to you guys?
The cross?
The power of 4?
Right.
What do you think the power of 4 is?
The cross.
Not only that. So what's the cross?
Well, the cross is Yaldabaoth, right?
Well, I think the power of 4 is it's the addition of time to our third realm.
Doy. Okay.
It's what directs the physical. It's what makes physical manifestation possible is time, right?
Right.
Because otherwise it's timeless, dimensionless, void.
And that is Saturn, yeah.
Well, I don't know about all that, but
Saturn, Chronos, time, yeah.
Above and beyond man's threefold nature lies the realm of the spiritual self. 4 is it in quality, shining in each of the planes of existence, but 13 and 1, the mystical number. The 12 cranial nerves and the pineal gland in the middle.
Right.
The zodiac with us in the middle is the zodiac, right?
Yes, Ophiuchus, yes.
Yes, and that's where the 13th sign Ophiuchus came from.
Yes.
And that's why it only came, a year ago or so, a year and a half ago? Yeah, I think it popped out of nowhere.
Yeah.
2017, right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, because I never even heard of Ophiuchus before that. What about you guys? You guys ever heard of that?
Well, I'd never heard him called Ophiuchus, but in the Bible, he's called the serpent bearer, which is what it's called also out there in the constellations. Yeah.
Don't the Bible say somewhere that we could travel to these places in a blink of an eye? Like, I mean, is that through meditation you really think we can leave, or is when we really calm ourselves and find that inner center?
Well, even when you're in the astral plane, you can only leave the Van Allen belt for 6 hours. You can't leave any longer than that. And if you're there for that longer than that, the hounds of the barrier track you down. And in the end of this tablet, it actually tells you about it.
Wow.
Yeah, there's actually checks involved where you can't, you know, like say you wanted to circumvent the natural, you know, order of your spiritual side or your astral side, and check out, you know, the demiurge for instance, you know, and go see the light for yourself. Well, if you try to get there, you would be checked by the hounds of the barrier, which I believe is a vibrational tone, because it's the treble gates, treble, treble gates is what they're called, that hold you back.
Treble is a music tone, or
yes,
yeah,
treble gates. Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. When I heard it read to me online, I thought it was trouble, you know, and when I got the book, I said, "Oh, treble, that makes sense," because it was like, you know, because he speaks on how you can only move through angles and curves, or curves and circles. And if you try to circumvent time by moving in straight lines and angles, then the hounds of the barrier get you there too. If you're not,
I remember, yeah.
You know, and
because I mean, even in the Bible, it says that they will sing. So that we're trying to learn a song.
A new song. They will sing a new song. That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
harmony.
Yes, sir.
Harmony. Yes.
For is it in quality, shining in each plane of the planes of existence, but 13 and 1, the mystical number. Based on the qualities of man are the brothers. Each shall direct the unfoldment of being. Each shall channels be of the great one. On earth, man is in bondage, bound by space and time to the earth plane. Encircling each planet, a wave of vibration binds him in his plane of unfoldment. Yet within man is the key to releasement. Within man may freedom be found. When ye have released the self from the body, rise to the outermost bounds of the earth plane. Speak ye the word, Dor-E-Ul-La, Doreula. Then for a time your light will be lifted. Free may ye pass the barriers of space, for a time of half the sun, 6 hours. Free may ye pass the barriers of earth plane. See and know those who are beyond thee. Yeah, to the highest worlds may ye pass. See your own possible heights of unfoldment. Know all earthly futures of soul. Yeah.
Goosebumps everywhere.
Well, didn't the Indians, they called it the Great Spirit instead of the Great One, or
the Great Spirit, yeah.
Well, they affiliated Gaia Earth with, you know, as the mother, and then like Anu was the sky god, or, you know, whatever they called him, the Great One, or spiritual one, or whatever you just said.
That's why they wore headdresses.
And plus, it's the same reason why it's the same as the mitre hats that the Pope and them wear. It's same, you know, because it resembled actually the feathered headdress resembled the light itself, you know, like the lion head, or you know, the boat, you know, how Phyllis tells us that it's depicted in several different, you know, because the lion with the whiskers, you know, the cat's whiskers, how the light rays protrude out.
Because isn't it like about the harvest anyhow? The Indians really had to pray and whatnot for a good crop. You know, they always in touch with nature.
Regis ELO, what's up, brother? My Nubian brother from the Caribbean is in his house. What's up, my man? Nice to see you here. Mary Wins is in the house. Hello. Critical Love 313. Nice. We got 35 people.
Yeah, I shared this thing everywhere. I shared it everywhere. Facebook.
Popular today. Wow, thank you. So, I hope we can enlighten some souls up in this MFA.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah. What's up, buddy? How's the Caribbean treating you? I think he lives on Martinique.
So you think it's bad I never dream? I mean, is that...
You do too, dream. You just don't remember it.
You dream. Everybody dreams, even if they don't remember it.
Man,
but
I daydream more than I do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
You dream. You just don't remember. Right now, it's just...
Miles is in the house. What's up, Miles? He's got his wrench. He's ready.
Whatever you're doing, Jerry, it must be a secret.
I sleep sound. Yeah. Yeah, must be top secret, that's for sure.
Top secret X-Files type shit you're doing.
April or Aurora Rain says, "Do you smoke weed, Jerry?" And that's a affirmative, and I agree because I quit smoking weed recently, and I started dreaming again. So yeah.
Also, Jerry, I will tell you that while I was on cigarettes, I could not remember my dreams, but as soon as I quit, I could remember my dreams again. So get rid of them cigarettes, buddy.
Because the only time I dream it'd be bad, and that's usually because I learned I carried, it over with me.
Well, the reason you're having bad dreams is to teach you how to control them.
No, I ain't had a dream in a long time. I mean, that's what I say.
Gary Baxter's in his house.
Hi, everybody.
Gary Baxter says marijuana wipes your dreams out too, Mr. Runky Monkey.
No, it don't. No, it don't. I don't. Wow, for me, it doesn't.
All right. Bound are ye in your body, but the power ye may be by the power ye may be free. This is the secret whereby bondage shall be replaced by freedom for thee. Calm let thy mind be, at rest be thy body. Conscious only of freedom from flesh. Center thy being on the goal of thy longing. Think over and over that thou wouldst be free. Think of this word, Laum I El Gan, Laumilgan, Laum I El Gan. Over and over in thy mind let it sound. Drift with the sound to the place of thy longing, free from the bondage of flesh by thy will. So it's that simple. If you can let your mind, that's how you astral travel. I've done it once, I think. And I say I think, but like Aaron Price, Australian Esoterica, he's an adept at it. He does it all the time. And Danielle does it all the time.
So I'm looking at my other page, and it's the Flower of Life, which I'm using as my background right now when I go live from my computer. And it says, Drune Valo, whatever, Melchizedek. And the Bible says Melchizedek, which by the order of Melchizedek, we shall be saved. Yes.
Level or I forget how to answer or pronounce his name too.
Drune Valo.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, he's an adept, that's for sure. He's an initiate.
Yeah, Stippy that. Yeah.
Right. He's pretty wise.
You can also practice or help yourself with binaural beats.
Yes, I do that. Yes, I do.
I beatbox all the time, especially when I'm listening to Bismarcky.
Bismarcky, wow.
You say he's just a friend.
No.
He's just a friend. Oh, baby, you.
Oh, Lord.
Got what I need.
Oh, I heard the count should go up to 70.
I love
But
it.
if you wanted some study on that, just research the Monroe Institute. There's some pretty interesting research on it.
Yes,
I think it's the Robert Monroe Institute, where he describes being able to visit relatives, and things like that. No, I've never done that.
The Monroe Institute was involved with RAM, Richard Allen Miller, and when he was on the show, he was talking about the Monroe Institute, and plus the Monroe Institute was involved in that Gateway Project CIA paper we were talking about the other day. So yeah, if you think of the whole Judeo-Christian religion,
that guy is brilliant, Richard Miller.
Yeah, he is. Logically, you will find that all civilizations and beliefs come from the serpent.
Yes. Well, I just found out the other day, I was showing Max Vision. I was playing with my Stellarium. Everyone needs to get it. It's a free program. And I was looking at Ophiuchus, and I finally realized that at the head of the serpent is the crown, which is our crown chakra. And once we get that serpent up the pole, it gets its crown. We get our crown. He's going to have me make a video on it.
P. Turtle says, some are eagle. Running around naked, having sex, doing whatever. No idea of right and wrong, good or evil. Speaking out loud is another great way to communicate with your loved ones who have passed. Yes, Aaron Johnson said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that. I thought I got a response once with my dad, with my name written in the dew of the grass once, after my dad passed away.
Whoa, that's awesome.
Looked like somebody had shuffled their feet, in the grass.
Wow. That's awesome.
That was probably, me wishful thinking, but that's the skeptic in me, which I can't believe I still can, be a skeptic to anything after, the stuff I've seen or experienced. But I do have the mainstream don't believe everything you hear. Very faint though. It's not like, it used to be. Don't get me wrong there.
Did you visit your dad's grave, Steve?
Not yet, no. I really don't think he's there. So, but I think it's more for me to put closure in my mind, I guess.
Right. I was, as you know, adopted, foster care, things like that, and just seeing my parents' gravestones brought a lot of comfort. It's hard to explain, but it really did. It felt like 38 years just lifted right off. Just a thought.
Right.
Steve,
yeah.
I like that picture, that one, that you talk about with the two eyes and the two monkeys or whatever in the back, and it's got the ball and it looks like hands holding it up. I looked at a few other pictures like that. It makes me think of that song. He's got the whole world in his hands.
Oh, that's why you kept saying that.
Well, it's holding that up when you get your crown it just keeps going through my head. He's got the whole world.
Yeah, that's why you were making those comments. True. Now I realize why you're making those comments. Yeah. Okay, we'll move on here. So where were we at? Okay, yeah, we were the I El Gan is the word that you say over and over in your mind after you focus on where you want to go. And this is the secret of secrets. Anybody who just joined us, we're talking about the secret of secrets, which is the astral and spiritual self of man and our connection to the Godhead, to the God source, to the all. Hear ye while I give the greatest of secrets, how ye may enter the halls of Amenti. Enter the place of the immortals as I did. Stand before the lords in their places. Lie ye down in rest of thy body. Calm thy mind so no thought disturbs thee. Pure must ye be in mind and in pure purpose, else only failure will come unto thee. Vision Amenti, as I have told in my tablets. Long with fullness of heart to be there. Stand before the lords in thy mind's eye. Pronounce the words of power I give. Maket el Shabel, el Serben, el Subrut, Zin Ephraim Quer el. Mentally, you do that in your head, and it's MEKUTEL SHABEL HALEZURBENEL ZABRUTZINEFRIM QUAREL. So it's Maket El Shabel, El Serben, El Sabrut, Zin Ephraim Quer mentally. Relax thy mind and thy body. Then be sure your soul will be called. Now give I the key to Shambhala, the place where my brothers live in the darkness. Darkness but filled with the light of the sun. Darkness of earth, but light of the spirit. Guides for ye when my day is done. Okay, we'll talk about that. The key to Shambhala, actually, it was weird when that remember that Rakatamata incident when architect said that word and I went off the deep end. It was right around it was New Year's Eve, actually, wasn't it? I flipped out.
Yeah.
You popped your cork. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
that.
you did. You popped your cork. That's right.
He spilled his wine out.
Right. Well, I mean, I was just blown away. I'm like, wait a minute, where did you hear that word? And that word was, one of the only incidents I've had in the dream state where something was said to me and I heard it online the next day, and I was like, wait a minute, I've never heard that word before. Remember that word? What did that word come back as? 333. Remember?
I was watching that, and Danny kind of talked you down off the ledge.
Yeah. It was 333. And then all of a sudden, you know, and the day before that, I was actually on the fence saying that maybe the Emerald Tablets is a bad thing. You know what I mean?
Wow, until it blew your mind.
Well, then I entered my name into Gematria, and in my name, the first words associated with it were the keys to Shambhala.
Yes.
And it's the only damn book I've read in my life, you know?
That's just a miracle right there.
Yeah. And I was like, holy shit, you know? So, and then wasn't too long after that when we met Phil. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, when you were saying those, pronouncing those words towards the end there, after Zen, it sounds a lot like Ephraim. And I think Ephraim was the one, wasn't he, Jerry, that he got his inheritance stolen from him? But he will receive his inheritance back.
Ephraim?
Right.
Ephraim.
Sounds familiar, Paula.
I'm onto something there.
No, I appreciate it.
Okay, I just had to bring that up.
P. Turtle chimes in and says, everything pulls the lever of the DNA slot machine. Whatever comes up in the experience, you get to help the universe explore itself. Yes.
Yes.
Critical Love 313 says, yes, agrees. Came in 8:30. Nice to see you here. What's up, Angel? Nice to see you here, sweetheart. I did not choose to be here. I fought it even at birth. My spirit. Let me out of this motherfucker.
You know what else is interesting, Steve? You were talking about the Central Sun Sirius.
Yep.
That article I sent you right before the show, it talked about the ultimate hard drive would be a black hole.
What?
Yes. Yeah. Ever since that black hole information crossed my path, I knew it was everything. You know, it's the only thing that really makes sense. If you really, I mean, if you dwell on something and you think about something long enough, it rests with you or it leaves you.
Well, also a new thing or an old memory just came back to me as well. As you enter a black hole, time slows way down. But as you're going,
hang on, live free while you're leaving.
Maybe crashed or something.
Something's going on in chat. I believe that we are a snapshot of the stars. What's going on?
Uh-oh.
Well, while we have dead air, what I was saying is that as you enter a black hole, time slows down. But as you're starting to come out the other side, time speeds up. And the Bible tells us that time will be sped up for the sake of the elect.
Oh. Well, live free. You don't have to leave. You know, come on, don't leave. I like you being here. You're here all the time, so I like you hanging out. Desert Rose, I love you too. I mean, come on, guys.
We could have things wrong. That's what we're doing here, trying to come together, you know, and figure this stuff out.
Well, we definitely need their interaction. We need us all.
Exactly.
We need us all. We all have
I mean, everybody here is needed. You know, I started this channel for my selfish reasons, but I mean, I pulled a card for you guys and he got offended. Oh, you pulled a tarot card or something?
A tarot card, a Bible card.
Your inner darkness is the black hole. We search for the inner light. I wouldn't necessarily say that. I think the light of all lights comes from the darkest of the dark. So I think,
yes, sir, you're
in
correct.
actuality, the Anu, which is the black hole, is the construct in which the fractalized universe presents itself, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? That's what I think it is.
White light shoots out the other side.
Right.
It's the time scroll.
And I think it is the creation in which births time as well. The tears or whatever. Yeah.
And it's refinement.
one of the words in my book, it was the great sea monster. You know, I always thought about, like, you know,
The Kraken.
out that sea. Yeah. Well, then, you know, the way we speak about the ether and the cloud and the sea and the waters above, you know, I'm looking to the ocean, not it's really in the air.
Yeah.
I think that was about the being in the belly of the fish. I might be where it might have been dragons, but I looked it up and yeah, I'm pretty sure it was about, you know, in the belly of the fish.
Belly of the whale. Yeah.
But yeah, the great sea monster.
The only sign that will be given is the sign of Jonah.
Because we all start as fish. We evolved from fish, I guess.
Well,
Yeah.
I think the analogy of like the Sumerian man with the fish costume on.
Yep.
I think that is a analogous of or representation of being fish out of water. You know, meaning
Right.
that we're born into a, you know, an existence that we're, you know, like a lot of people think I don't belong here, you know, and they feel
Yes,
they're
me
rejected in this construct.
Yep. Yep. And when you said that, fish out of water, I remembered that asthma commercial with that little boy saying, I feel like a fish out with no water.
That's funny you say that, because I used to get the fish award at Bible camp when I went for summer camp, and
Oh, wow.
we'd have these swimming contests, and I could stay underwater for 4.5 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I disappear at the lake, you know, and you know how you try to swim underwater to the docks. Everybody would go to the short dock, and I'd go all the way out to the deep end, and everybody would think I'd gone. You know, the lifeguards a couple different times are out there getting all excited looking for me. I'm under the dock out in the deep end. You know,
I love water, dude. I love
Me
water.
too. Me too.
But then there's a lot of people that are just inherently scared of water. Like my boy, youngest boy, and my wife are just petrified of water.
Because they can't see what's underneath them. Because I used to be afraid of water.
It probably has a lot to do with past life, you know.
It could, or it could have to do with Jaws. Because whenever there was a pier at the lake, I always hurried up and swam and got up on that pier because I was afraid Jaws was underneath that thing and going to get me.
Damn Hollywood, huh?
Damn Hollywood.
I think our ultimate creators were underwater species or had a great affinity for water.
Well, Atlantis, right?
Yeah. I think Atlantis is I don't know. I don't know. I think there's a lot of our prehistory that we may never know until the great beyond is upon us, or maybe, you know, we've always known deep down. I don't think we came from fish, though. I really don't. I think that we're just a creation of God. You know.
Well, no, I'm talking about the way we really came into this world. We were liquid. We were fish. Wasn't there like millions of them? Only one or two make it to the egg.
Oh, I don't know. You mean like tadpoles or sperm?
Mm-hmm.
Transpermia.
The great sea monster.
That's interesting about that is there's a spark of zinc, a literal zinc spark at the moment the sperm enters the egg.
Yes, it's the green. Really? It's cool. The green flash like at the horizon when the sun's going down too. Wow. Same thing. Think about that.
Well, thank you. I did not know that. I'm gonna have to Google that.
Yeah, because when the sun sets, it's this. I think I've heard that correlation before when a baby's conceived.
And green is my favorite color. It always has been.
Red light, green light, go. They taught us that.
Green light, go.
Yellow was caution. Red was stop.
Well, that's funny that you said the yellow, because that's the new 4K TV. It's got that yellow spectrum in there now, right? I mean, it was red, green, blue, or what's the RGB?
Primary colors.
Yeah, the computer colors, RGB plug, you know, and all that. And then they went to 4K TV, and then it had the yellow spectrum in it. What did they call that? The Aqueous or Aquos, or what was that new TV that came out? It was a couple years back. It's not new anymore. Now they got super freaking HD that you can see your freaking the back of your head, somebody's head through. You know. But okay. Now give I the key to Shambhala, the place where my brothers live in darkness, darkness but filled with the light of the sun, darkness of earth, but light of the spirit. Guides for ye when my day is done. Leave thou thy body as I have taught thee. Pass to the barriers of the deep, hidden place. Stand before the gates and their guardians. Command thy entrance by these words. I am the light, in me is no darkness. Free am I of the bondage of night. Open thou the gate, the way of the 12 and the 1, so I may pass to the realm of wisdom. When they refuse thee, as surely they will, command them to open by these words of power. I am the light, for me are no barriers. Opened I command by the secret of secrets. Idam el ahim serbert zer adam. Idam el ahim serbert zer adam. Then if thy words have been of truth of the highest, open for thee, the barriers will fall. Those are the keys to Shambhala, those two prayers I am the light, in me is no darkness. Free am I of the bondage of night. Open thou the way of the 12 and the 1, so I may pass to the realm of wisdom. When they refuse thee, as surely they will, command them to open with these words of power. I am the light, for me are no barriers. Opened I command by the secret of secrets. Idam el ahim serbert zer adam. Those words are EDOM ELAHIM SABBERT ZURADOM. Those are the words that were affiliated with my name, by the way. The key to Shambhala.
Awesome.
That was weird.
And I'm seeing the never-ending story with what's his name standing at the gates, and he had to. Atreyu.
Yeah. And what is he riding? That big white serpent, right? That serpent dog.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, yeah, that right there. And Shambhala is. Does anybody have a word on Shambhala? What Shambhala is and where it's said to be located? Do you guys know?
Or isn't that in Orion?
Well, they say it's in the mountains of Tibet or whatever. That's where they say
here on Earth? Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Wow, really?
Yeah, in some mountainous region over in Tibet, I think. Oh, but I think you're right. I think it is a one of those analogies or allegories, just like the algorithm of a computer. Allegory of the Bible is just like the algorithm of our computer.
Yep.
You know.
That's right.
And it's the code in which the gods know the Bible as. You know, like Phil says, if you were of his knowing, you would understand every word of the Bible, because everything is just a symbolic representation to them. Like how did he explain it? He explained it. You could explain certain things with these few words. You know, he said you could tell. I forget his exact wording, so I'm not even going to try to attempt to butcher it, but it sounded pretty butchered when he said it. And I was like, really? And it was like, it was like some preschooler was talking to you, but, putting a bunch of different words together that you would never even affiliate it. It's like the Bible confuses us, right?
Well, not me, but okay.
Well, I never... That's the reason why I never read it through, is because it confused the shit out of me.
Now, what confused me were the TV preachers. So I went and opened that bad boy myself.
Did I ever tell you guys a story about when I burnt my arms from my shoulder, from my mid biceps all the way to my tip of my fingers?
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
Yeah, I was like 7 years old, and it was Easter, and we were playing in this fort behind my house, and we had this fort built, and it was cold, so we took these leaves and we were going to start a fire in there to warm up, and I was 7, of course. Well,
right.
Couldn't light the leaves, so we poured some gas in there in the fort.
Oh Lord God.
Yeah, so dumbass Steve goes in there with a lighter, boof, My arms are on fire. I'm running around. Ah! So my arms, I lived right across the street from Bethesda Hospital in St. Paul. So I go across the street and I get, here I had 3rd-degree burns. Well, I prayed in front of the 700 Club over the whole Easter vacation. I had to keep going back there every day to the hospital to get my bandages, you know, because otherwise had to get them taken off and then checked and reapplied so you wouldn't get infected, you know.
Right.
And they said, you're going to have some pretty good scars. And I knew this kid when I was growing up. He had like peanut butter skin and peanut butter face because he was burned when he was a baby. Aww. And he had, you know, and I thought for sure I have not one scar on my arms. Not one.
Oh, you reminded me of an incident that happened to me because my irresponsible mother left the house to go get cigarettes while she was frying chicken in a electric fryer. And she was teaching me how to cook. I was interested in learning how to cook. I climbed up on the chair. I turned all the chicken perfectly. I went to jump down off the chair and the wire caught my foot and it went all over the back of me. And I remember screaming, ow. And I remember going to the hospital and having them pop all the blisters. But I don't have any scars, but hair don't grow in all those places.
Oh, nice.
Thank God it just went all down the back of me, though.
Right. And Gary says, Steve Stone raised on X-Lax. Nice. Whatever that means.
Do you mind if I share an image?
Go ahead. I'm going to read the rest of this. I'm going to read the rest of this tablet, and I'm going to make one comment as you're switching it over. Now I leave thee, my children, down yet up to the halls shall I go. Win ye the way to me, my children. Truly my brothers shall ye become. Thus finish I my writings. Keys let them be to those who come after, but only to those who seek my wisdom. For only for these am I the key and the way.
I got goosebumps everywhere. Wow.
And this is the only instance where he says, I go down yet up to the halls of Amenti.
Caught that.
Yes.
The only time through the whole book he says it, because he says, now I go down to the key. Now, we now know that the underworld is actually the Duwat, which is the in-between heaven and earth. You know what I mean? That is where the soul gets weighed against the feather in Egyptian mythology.
Yep. Yes.
The spark of life, a flash of light at that exact moment of conception. Nice.
Yes, it's beautiful.
We're going to leave the same way.
What was the top image with the 6 holes? What is that representation of?
Those were multiple eggs showing it in progression.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
R Nuggets is in his house. What's up, R Nuggets? Down yet up I go reminds me of going down into the hole at center of earth. And once you do, you're actually going up as we on earth are upside down.
Well, that's what I think the greatest thing Jesus taught us is how to flip the tables.
He was the table flipper. Yes, he was.
Well, but you know, when you turn the tables, look at it a different way.
What's up, Randy?
He didn't just turn them over. He turned the tables, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, Gary, the Duwat is actually what the underworld is called. I think you're messing with me, right? Sorry, guys. Go ahead.
I like the tree analogy, though. The branches reach up in heaven, tied to the roots in hell.
Yeah.
It's the whole tree.
It's the whole tree. That's right.
And Brandy, Jesus smiles, you Muslim or what?
Oh, God.
I think so, yes. He went down first. Right. Well, what was that one who said the tree's roots are in darkness and its leaves are in the light? Right? Who said that? That was pretty spot on. I think I was in
chat or something.
Yeah.
The other week.
Yes. But the key and the way. Now, right there tells us that, you know, we have to make the key and the way. We have to make connection if we want to be absolved into the eternal flame. or the eternal life, or
Right.
the only begotten, or
Is it really a key to a lock, or is it like a key to a piano and a tone?
I think it's
Well,
I think it's
or all of
both.
the above. Yes. And people do need to know what this book just said. Pretty much the same thing the Bible said. Don't try to go there if you're not pure of heart.
Yes.
Because you will just smite your silly self.
Right. And there's a previous tablet in here where that says that, you can call upon me when you will, or when you need, and existential the wow. Yeah, it says in here that if you call upon Thoth, which is the Akashic, in my opinion, that's the collective consciousness that we all are privy to, and a lot of like creative people, artists, like talented rappers, talented painters, musicians, poets, whatnot, they tap into this Akashic and somehow paint out like the creation of Adam painting on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel that Michelangelo did in 1512 before there was telescopes. He's got the rooster. He's got his cock out.
Oh no. Oh God.
Put your cock away, Jerry. Look at the cock. Look at the cock is ruling the roost. Got his crackers.
Is gorgeous though.
Now.
Shouldn't that be in a rubber bag?
He is regal. He is gorgeous.
A key is also something of importance. Upside down cross, the sun is right way up.
Oh, I wanted to bring that up. Where does it say that? What was it? Paul was hung upside down, right?
Peter.
Peter.
Yes, Peter was hung upside down.
Eater.
But then, you know what I mean? Because one could be the truth and one's the lie. Just like this, one sword's up and one's down. It's the reverse. Was it really a Paul pit?
Oh. Oh.
What is the definition of pulpit?
Well, we're in the pit, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Well, you do know what the pit is referencing, right? In the esoteric sense. The bottomless pit, the abyss, is our consciousness of physical existence, I believe. You know, the abyss of our
lack of knowledge.
Huh?
Lack of knowledge.
Well, you could look at it both ways too. It could be the abyss of knowing too, you know. But yeah, I think that's what it references is our ignorance in our physical, devilish, Satanist, demiurge-driven world that we are living in. You know, a lot of people think me included. You know, I'm recent to this knowledge of, but it makes way more sense knowing that the demiurge is everything that we are. You know, it's what creates us, so we can be self-aware, cognizant of our consciousness and figuring out what we are and creating that aha, you know, the ultimate spirit ejaculation out of your head, you know, and those are Phil's words, not mine.
Right.
You know, that's when this whole semen thing came up, right?
Exactly. No, I think it was a little before that. It was weird how it worked out.
It was too, and you know, he says that it's quite odd that the whole wording behind it, and think about this: there's anchors on all of these churches. You know, you see these anchors in the iconography on the front of these churches. You know, in like those windows and stuff. You know, there's always an anchor in there somewhere.
And a bell.
And a bell, yep. And for whom the bell tolls.
And whenever a bell rings, an angel gets its wings.
What's up, John Pershing? Nice to see
Yeah, I
you
think
here.
that's why there's a crack in the Liberty Bell.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
expanded.
Free Press 666 says this is purgatory. Are you talking about this place? Purgatory. Kiss, keep it simple, stupid. Regis
Yeah.
ELO, this is what happened with abstinence. Some fluid can go up to the brain. Right. Yes, the Christos. That's what you're speaking of. And they say that, you know, if a man, and that's why I think where the whole preacher or priest thing being celibate comes from is because they're supposed to be more in tune to the frequency of God when they don't have sex or whatever, because the Christos or the secret secretion, right? Or sacred secretion, goes up the Kundalini or the chakra channel, or the your back or spine or whatever you want to call it. Yes. Right. Yep. Sex is important to have the crystals raised, but not profane sex. Well, I mean, I'm not even going to comment on that one. Not even. I guess it is meditation is key. Yes, meditation is key. It's not meditation in the sense, in my meditation is actually when I'm driving. I don't ever listen to the radio anymore, and I don't know why that is, but I never have the radio on in the car anymore. I'm always sitting in complete silence. And I never realized this until recently, but for the last year and a half, I've been that way. I haven't been listening to the radio while I'm driving. I've been just sitting there in silence. And here I'm thinking, you know. But yeah, sex is for creation. All else is pleasure. No sex sucks. I agree, Yao Noah. No sex does suck. But yeah, I've been married to this wonderful woman for 26 years and 27 now. Yeah, I don't want to keep adding years to that because that just makes me seem older. But yeah, I mean, yeah, she's no librarian. Let's put it that way.
I've been with mine 18 years. That's still a long time.
That poor woman. What's wrong with her?
Yeah, that's what everybody says, dude. They ask her if she has a sense of humor.
Angel replies 29, Steve. Dragons told Patrick Garrett that they're here protecting us. Who knows? Dragons are protecting us, huh? But yeah, you are old, Steve. Thanks, Gary. Very nice of you. Okay, we'll get into, might as well, the key of magic. Who wants to talk about magic? Oh, it's magic. Hark ye, O man, to the wisdom of magic. Hark to the knowledge of powers forgotten. Long, long ago in the days of the first man, warfare began between darkness and light. Men then, as now, were filled with both darkness and light. And while in some darkness, some held... darkness in some darkness held sway, in others light filled the soul. Aye, age old is the warfare, the eternal struggle between darkness and light. Fiercely is it fought all through the ages, using strange powers hidden to man. Adepts have there been, filled with the blackness, struggling always against the light. But others there are who, filled with brightness, have ever conquered the darkness of night. Wherever ye may be, in all ages and planes, surely ye shall know of the battle of the night with the night. Long ages ago, the sons of the morning, S-U-N, sons of the morning, descending, found the world filled with night. There in the pastime began the struggle, the age-old battle of darkness and light. That's a story told out over and over and over and over in our existence, right? I mean, we talk about it daily in our community, right? I mean,
yes.
We were just talking about it here, not to focus on the negative because it gives it power, right?
Right. We got to take the power away from the negative and put it towards the positive.
This is bad magic on the congregation.
Not this. This is not dark magic at all.
Mary, there's
Well, I
good
think the
and
Bible
bad
called it
in-
miracles.
Yeah, miracles.
I want to see what they're talking about here. The dragons are assigned to each church by priests. Avatar movie, dragon riding was awesome. Well, yeah, How to Train Your Dragon, that's a pretty good,
Yeah.
you know, pretty good, what was it? Yeah, How
It
to Train
was
Your Dragon.
How to Train Your Dragon. I've
Yes.
been preaching that for months now. Yep.
Avatar movie, they were riding dragons too, yeah. Wow, I didn't realize that. That's what they said. That's what I have one son that was kidnapped at a young age. He is so freaking clueless and weak-minded. What?
That's the battle of dark and light, you know. The
Yeah.
bad witch, she's always trying to get your little dog.
Right.
Take that spark and happiness away from you.
Yeah. You have to, your joy is your strength. Hold fast to your joy.
That's why you read it.
Free Press 666 makes a point saying no religious readings can never be believed literal. I'm going to have to disagree with that because it depends on what eyes you were looking at that particular reading from, because I used to have that opinion too. And right now in our age, in our awakening stage, there are some out there that are just Bible bashers that think God is a cruel thing or entity or being that murders, rapes, pillages, and kills everybody, when it's actually man that does that. And, you know, God is an energy that we are all fractals of. You know, so I'm not going to Bible bash, and I'm not going to say that it's they're just control, but I think that's what man had turned it into.
Well, that's why I like in the study Bible, you read it one way and it's going to say you're in the dreadful place. And in the switch word, you know, it's going to be the awesome place. So
what do you guys think
where your
of that?
heart's at.
I want that picture because in Vedic astrology, they say I am one who rides a mighty elephant. So I'm that bottom right corner there.
I'll text.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. They say that the Sphinx, the original Sphinx, may be an actual depiction in some cave from 34,000 years ago of an elephant, actually. That's why the face of the Sphinx is flat.
Yeah.
Pretty cool, though. I'll take it down.
Well, the nose is broken
pretty
off of it. The nose.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but I mean, they say that I just heard that today, and I don't necessarily believe it. I was just bringing it up.
Well, I do know that see, if you notice, most of the Egyptian statues are missing their nose, which is the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit. So, of course, they're going to remove the noses from all the statues.
Cayman 830 says man is a pawn in the game. I don't agree with that either, because I believe we are.
They use us like pawns. That come from war pigs.
Yeah, I think we are actually the pinnacle of creation in God's eye, mind, whatever, because without us, the whole system wouldn't be possible, because we are experiencing through our physical manifestation experience for the all. I mean,
this is heaven, and the heaven run like hell. You know, that's why it's supposed to be
very good.
It is
the Garden of Eden. That's what Earth is the Garden of Eden.
Remember, you rebuild,
and you know, you can, you can call it heaven or hell, but it's both. It's what you think it is, and everything is that way. Whatever you think it is, it is. Man is as he thinketh. You must first think of making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich before you stuff that MFR in your mouth.
Let me tell you, I got sucked so down deep into the dysfunction of this world that every thought I had became negative, and my life literally became a burning, living hell, and I was suicidal for years. And I turned my thinking around, and now I'm flourishing.
Now everybody around you wants to kill themselves. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I just changed my thinking
No,
from
that's spot
negative
on.
to
That's
positive.
exactly what it's like too.
That's why I say that's what it says. That you either a dreadful place or an awesome place. It's up to you where you live.
I got
right.
you to thank, Jerry, in big part to turn my negative. Well, you, Milky Way, Sue G, a couple different. Even you, Paula, as short as I've known you, you've kind of steered me away from negative. But I think I was off the negative before I kind of met you, but a couple
you were
instances,
already coming off of it.
yeah, a couple instances you kind of reminded me without even saying anything that I shouldn't go there. But
Yes.
I've stopped myself several occasions recently of not propagating information like my skies was saying earlier. And my whole awakening to that aspect was first looking in the sky at things and knowing that shit is wrong with the sky.
Well, that's why I told you about where the word dog. You know what I mean? We're in that war where Sodom, where they're trying, the Earth's trying to destroy Sodom. God, that's why we wear dog tags.
Am I purple enough for your purple club? Sorry, Gary just said that in chat.
I'm a photo DJ for you, Steve.
That's all good. What's this one? Nice.
It is.
See the baboon?
Yeah, that's.
Whoa! Right.
What's in the other hand and the left hand? What's that?
Looks like a lion in the left, and
it's got scorpions in both hands.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be a lion in the right.
Serpent staffs in both hands.
Is that the scorpion?
A lion in another. Yep, that's a scorpion. Scorpion.
Are we sure it's not a crab?
No, standing on an alligator, I think.
Was a scorpion?
Zoom in. That is. Zoom in. Zoom in. I don't think that's a scorpion. I think that's a crab.
Scorpions. Those are scorpions. She's holding them by the scorpion tail.
Okay, yeah, because I see the stinger thing. Yep, that is a scorpion.
Sagittarius, right?
Yep, Sagittarius and Leo. Go over to the other hand.
This side?
Yep. Now scroll.
What is that other thing?
The other one. Zoom. Scoot it over.
The other side.
Yeah, the other side. That is.
Brian. Sorry.
That is a serpent, and see, that's got to be.
What is that? A
the
horse?
crab. It's got to be.
It's hard to decipher, isn't it?
No, that's a scorpion. It's a scorpion, just like the other hand. But the thing underneath is a horse, I think, or a donkey. What is that?
No,
I thought donkey.
And
I see the serpent head.
Yeah,
that's weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
Oh yeah, that is a horse. Of course.
Now look at the gender. Look at the gender. It's both.
I was thinking. That's what I thought.
It's both. It's
well, in Celtic, I'm the horse. So that picture is just blowing my mind. I've never seen it.
Is your name Mr. Ed? A horse is a horse, of course.
It's just a joke, a pun.
So what is the headdress above the androgynous creature that you're showing?
Let's investigate that bad boy.
A baboon?
Oh, it's a monkey.
Yeah, it's a baboon.
Oh, yeah.
Also in Celtic, I'm the monkey. Wow, that's beautiful.
Monkey brain.
Sweet. So yeah,
look at all
the divination involved in this freaking glyph. I mean, that's just crazy. That's Thoth right there.
Wow. Yep. Wow.
And look at what's on top of his head. What is that?
Gotta zoom in. Yeah, pineal. There's also horns coming out. Bless you, Mike.
Oh, that's a serpent. That's 12 serpents, I bet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You're right.
10.
You're right.
Yep, those are serpents.
Yeah. But I also see those horns, which is probably Aries, maybe.
Well, horns are a depiction of a god or a king or.
Could it be Taurus?
No, it would be Aries. It would be Aries.
And then we got the Eye of Ra right there, or Eye of Osiris.
Or Osiris, whichever way you want to look at it.
What's this right here? The staff.
That's a lotus the bent thing he's got his hands on?
Yeah.
I don't know. Move over to the right. That goes to the, that's connecting. That's the arch.
The doorway. Yeah.
That's the arch. That's just like the top of our head, or the threefold nature of the hero journey.
Yes.
The hemispheres.
Huh?
The hemispheres. Right?
Well,
So
it's an elliptical arch too.
Well, anything that's an arch just tells you it's the path of the sun, and that depicts our journey through life, or the hero journey.
Dude, you got to put the links to these pictures you're showing us in live chat, man.
But you see the vulture, the turkey vulture up there, the turkey vulture?
Yes.
That's in Gobekli Tepe too. It's there all over the place, I guess.
And the Ankh of Life.
The Ankh, yeah.
And then there's
look at the three things above the turkey vulture's head. What are those? Look like bowling pins.
Yeah, they do.
They do.
Or something.
And those are all lotus flowers that they're standing on, I believe, in a chalice. And what is this scepter one that falcon's on? What is that?
I'm not certain.
Me neither, too.
That's something we got to consult with Phil.
Scroll up the right, zoom in. And
by the way, hopefully Phil's going to join me on Thursday nights.
Those two pillars right there is reminding me of King Kong and the Twin Towers.
9/11, sure.
9/11.
Our Nuggets is being Mr. Negative Nelly, and yeah, look how dumb we get. It needs to be a reset feature.
Yeah,
I think he's right.
Vulture life, death, regeneration. Yes.
Wow. Please put these links to these pictures, if possible, in the live chat, sir. Please.
Dark is the way of the dark brothers travel. Dark with a darkness not of the night. Traveling over earth, they walk through man's dreams. Power have they gained from the darkness around them, to call other dwellers from out of their plane. Power have they to direct and send them in ways are dark and unseen by man. Into man's mind space reach the dark brothers. Around it they close the veil of their night. There through its lifetime that soul dwells in bondage, bound by the fetters of the veil of the night. Mighty are they in the forbidden knowledge, forbidden because it is one with the night. Hark ye, O man, and list to my warning. Be ye free from the bondage of night. Surrender not your soul to the brothers of darkness. Keep thy face ever turned towards the light. Know ye not, O man, that your sorrow only has come through the veil of the night? Aye, man, heed ye my warning. Strive ever upward. Turn your soul toward the light. The brothers of darkness seek for their brothers, those who have traveled the pathway of light. For well know they that those who have traveled far towards the sun are on their pathway to light, have great and yet greater power to bind with darkness the children of light. Those are the ones that walk in dark brightness. And I've named a couple that are gaining popularity these days that are, I believe, have been taken over by the darkness, that were once of the light,
or standing for the truth,
because they were blinded by the light.
The lie.
Wrapped up like a deuce or a douche in the middle of the night. I used to say that all the time when I was a kid, a douche.
Yeah, so we all did, I'm sure.
If the feather falls, I think it's okay to put me in your hat. Yeah, that reminds me of the feather that's in Forrest Gump. When
that floats. Yeah.
To Steve, and he can post them because I'm not sure how to do it.
Those fabulous pictures he was sharing.
I'm not the brightest bulb in the box.
Oh, honey.
Well, you're the Christmas lights that I threw away then. They wouldn't turn on.
Oh.
Don't you hate that every Christmas? You're freaking, you know, and nowadays you can't just go buy a $10 string of lights anymore. They got like 50, $60 for a string of lights, for a good string of lights.
For a good string of lights, exactly.
Those that walk in dark brightness, awesome statement. And yeah, the dark brightness are the ones that that steer the people, the unknowing people. Well, I'm not even unknowing, but people that are sick of the existence they have been, you know, exposed to their whole lives, and they think everything is negative, and like how recently how some will say that the Bible is nothing but a control mechanism or a way to hold back man. You know, when we don't even understand the Bible until the Bible is actually a handbook for angels, and that's, you know,
it is.
When Phil explains it, he can talk through the Bible and explain every instance of it, and mostly that book is just to tell you about how to steer people.
The basic instructions before leaving Earth.
And even Levette will say it's Emmanuel. It's a manual.
That's
you know,
right.
And you know,
and you need the Lou cipher to the Emmanuel. Yes.
Well, it's for standing for the truth and fighting the lie.
Gary's leaving.
How bittersweet it is.
Gary, where you going, brother?
Oh, he's probably got to go eat dinner or something.
Got to feed them. Got to feed that face. Angels of ascension astrological. Apollyon Abaddon. What does that mean?
Apollyon. Yeah.
I was thinking what that really meant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we should investigate that.
Investigate that word, because isn't that the one that holds the key or what? I can't remember.
In all truth, there is a little lie. In all lies, a little truth. Any good lie actually is laced with a little bit of truth. That's the only reason why we grab onto it, I believe.
However, full-blooded truth has no lies mixed in with it, and you have to become that way, or you're not going to ascend.
Yeah. The one true truth, is
in one way of life, I guess.
There's no lie in that truth. I reject that statement. I don't know who said it. I love you anyway, but I reject that statement.
What? There's no lie in truth?
There's no lie in truth.
Well, not in the real truth, but I mean, if I'm talking like the Sitchin information or the Nibiru information.
Oh, well, okay, but I just don't want people to get confused.
No, that's what they were talking. Pete Turtle was talking about it, I think.
Oh, okay.
It's like how they steer you away from, like me, when I heard the word Nibiru, it was like, boom, something went off in my head. I was like, what the hell is that? And it was because I was standing on Nibiru, and we're the planet at the crossing, you know, the sign of transition.
Yeah, we're looking for wormwood, you know, and the water's becoming bitter, but then you realize the truth is bittersweet.
It's happening both in the physical and in the spiritual, but
the bittersweet now.
And that goes back to the Atlantean, the deluge, or the antediluvian and the post-diluvian is the before ascension and after ascension. You know, the before your pyramid was capped, the after your pyramid was capped. You know.
Yep.
And it's just odd that these pyramids are everywhere on Earth, and you know, everything with the pyramid is Earth measure, geometry. You know, Earth measure. And that was sweet. I came across that on that SGD, you know, that geometry decoded channel.
I'm subbed to that channel, and I need to go start mowing through those videos.
He's on the mathematical side. He's not in the spiritual side. He's just explaining the numbers of it, you know, and how perfect it is. It explains time. It's got time involved in the measurements of the pyramids. It's got the meter, the foot, the second. I mean, everything. Wow. And it depends on the perspective you want to take at it.
I look at everything spiritual.
Yeah. I mean, originally I didn't. I mean, obviously I started this buying food and water and thinking, you know, I gotta I got to live past the rapture. You know?
Oh,
It's our
honey.
kids.
Oh,
You know
honey.
what I mean? Our children, our sacrifice for our children.
You know, it was the kids that got me on mine, you know, but now, you know, now I do know, now I know that, you know, my kids are just like me. They're going to live on regardless, you know.
Yeah.
And
But you want to leave them a better world.
right.
Yes.
I mean, in the physical sense, we always want to leave a good legacy for our kids.
Yeah, and your legacy is not your car or your house. It's how you chose to live your life. Because what you pass at, they will pass at. What you fail at, they will fail at.
Right.
Well, that's what it says, that it'll pay for their forefathers' sins as they
That's
paid for
right.
their forefathers.
Up to 70, count them, 70 generations.
And that's the mess we're in.
It's not just your life. It's my life, and I can do with it whatever I want. Wrong. You are responsible for 70 generations after you.
Well, you're not only responsible for your generations, you're responsible for Jerry. I'm responsible for you.
Yes,
I'm responsible for Rodney. I mean, we're all one. And
who is my brother's keeper? Me.
yes, we are all one. And if you lived your life knowing that, there is no reason why you would shit on your neighbor. There's no reason.
Right.
Check this out. I went to help this guy. I seen this guy broke down on the side of the road yesterday, and you know, I just pull over. I'm like, you need a tow, you know, to get out of the road, or do you need a tow home? How far do you live? He says, I live up, you know, about 3 miles. Well, you want me to pull you? I mean, they looked at me like they were waiting for a gun to come out of my jacket.
No.
Serious. Yeah. And I'm like, wait a minute, guys. Don't look so apprehensive. Roll down your window. I'm offering you to tow your car. I don't want nothing from you. I'm just offering it to you. You know,
Right.
Why? I don't know. Just maybe by chance you do it for somebody in the future. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not
pay it
asking
forward.
you.
Yeah.
You know, and he's like, wow, that's odd. But yeah, sure. You
They've
know?
never experienced it before, brother. You gave them something they never had.
But the thing is I went to go hook up his car and he had no pole point, and all I had was a chain. You know.
Oh, wow.
So I couldn't do it in the, you know, in the end anyway. But his kid was coming. But I mean, I didn't want to rip his car apart.
No, right. Exactly. Yeah.
But I crawled under his car and everything and went to hook it up and couldn't find a spot. But I'm like, I don't want to wreck your car, dude.
Ripped a bumper. Usually,
yeah,
they're so low. There's nothing to hook onto.
There was nothing to hook. It was an S10 and there was no pole point. There was, you know, I could have wrapped something around the. He had 2-wheel drive with a scissor front end, but I mean, I could have wrapped something around the mainframe, but I mean, not a chain.
No.
But yeah, that sucked. But I mean, just my point is the guy looked at me like I was going to rob him. Yeah, this is one of Phil's shares. The Adam and Eve story is the Kundalini story that is written within everyone on the backside and sealed with 7 seals.
7 seals.
7 chakras.
Yes. And who is able to loose or break?
ISIS.
And everybody does realize that our solar system travels through the galaxy in a helix formation, right?
Yes.
When it's spiraling through the cosmos.
Yes. I know that anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, corkscrews are everything, man.
Yes.
Mighty spirit of light that shines through the cosmos, draw my flame closer in harmony to thee. Lift up my spirit from out of the darkness, magnet of fire that is one with thee all. Lift up my soul, thou mighty and potent, child of the light, turn not away. Draw me in power to melt in thy furnace, one with all things and all things with one. Fire of the life strain and one with the brain. That prayer right there alone has brought more knowledge into my thick-ass head than anything I've ever experienced.
Well, you remember what? Sorry, Steve.
Wow.
No, go ahead.
In the Bible, what was it? Meshach, they were in the furnace, but what box was it they wouldn't worship? You remember, Paula, what said about that? Wasn't it a golden box?
I don't remember. The part I put to memory was Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego in the fiery furnace, and they were in there because they wouldn't eat unclean meat.
Well, didn't they build an altar or something?
An infinity cable box, was it? Them damn people charged me so much money.
It might have been a box.
So you guys were looking for this the other day, and I just found it. So
there's that picture.
There you go.
Yeah, I have that picture. Yeah.
Oh, you do? Cool.
Yes. Oh, yes.
The population is set up to be taken out with ease. Can't blame them. Everything is in the system is an enemy. Now they are hating Demoblicans and Republicrats.
I love that.
That's Miles.
I talk like that too.
Deception is what I use intention for, and it seems to work. Most of the nuts are so paranoid they would shoot you for trying. Yep, that's exactly.
Thank God for some population control. I mean, some people are just beasts.
Nah, you know, a lot of people, they act like, you know, I think the whole mindset of people would turn on each other is I don't think that's I still have faith in humanity is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
You know? And I think there'd be more help than there would be strife. There's going to be factions, of course, but you know, people are smart enough to have their own guns if they're good, right?
Well, I don't have a gun.
I got a few.
And I can run fast still, so.
Most humans do not suck. I agree with that. Hidden history knowledge, yes. You got to take that hidden history stuff and that hidden stuff with a grain of salt, though. You can't really, you know, don't buy into everything. And some of it doesn't even matter if you buy into it or not anyway, because it's the past, you know. Fuck yesterday. Yeah. Excuse my language. Fuck yesterday because it's gone. And who gives a shit about tomorrow because it ain't here yet? Live for now. I mean,
yep, today, yeah.
You're breathing and farting in this time right here.
Yeah. So, I don't think I cussed once, did I?
No, you didn't. You've been doing good. And I apologize.
I wasn't even trying, dude. It just happened. Something when you self-corrected me the other day or whatever.
Well, I didn't want to self-correct you, but I mean, yeah.
You did something. You fixed
something. You were in one of those moods where you were just like, it's a record, you know, and
fire flying out of her fingertips.
Yeah. I get like that too, though, you know.
Yeah. We've seen your cork pop. Yeah.
And I was flipping out that night. Somebody was like, you could be mind controlled, MK Ultra. I'm like, nobody's controlling my other mind. Have you guys seen that recent interview with Alex Jones and Joe Rogan?
No.
Pretty special. It's pretty funny. Alex Jones just going off, you know, rah, 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 like he always does.
How is he even still alive? I mean,
you would think he would have an aneurysm by now, the way
I would have thought he'd had an aneurysm or a heart attack or a stroke by now.
Right. You know.
He knows his all game.
Bill Cooper, yeah. No, he's pretty, he's on the esoteric side of things, but I mean, he could be. But Bill Cooper, a long time ago, you know, before he got killed, obviously, outed Alex Jones as an op, a psyop.
Yeah.
That's when he started getting big. You know,
yeah,
Alex Jones offered, you know, what's his name? Eddie, what's his, I forget his last name, that's on Joe Rogan's show all the time. The one who believes in flat earth and every conspiracy under the sun. You know.
Well, if you believe in flat earth, you're never going to get to the center of it.
Well, that's neither here nor there. I don't want to start that debate, but whatever. Yeah. I mean, that doesn't matter. We could be in a freaking pickle jar under a fake fridge light in some fridge that don't even exist. It doesn't matter.
We're dust bunnies. Yeah.
Because we're here. You know, we're here together. But yeah, Eddie, he said, I'll sponsor your trip to Antarctica. Money is no object. And he's like, how much money can you raise? And Alex Jones is like, raise, I got the money. I'll give it to you. He's just flipping.
Wow.
Funny.
Wow.
He was like,
well, I do.
GPS works, you know, because he's flipping out on him. You go to the damn ice wall. You know, like,
oh, Lord.
Well, I do like that one flat Earth picture of the firmament, but it's got the man halfway in between, and you know, he's got his head stuck on the other side.
I don't think I've seen that one. What? I'm gonna have to Google that.
But yeah, I mean, that kind of gives you hope that you can't maybe get through that Van Allen belt, or whatever.
Oh, that reminds me on that the thing that holds us in. Remember on the Secret of Secrets? I forgot to address that. When it said that around each planet is a vibration that holds man in his plane of unfoldment. Remember?
Yes.
The key of releasement within man. Okay, yeah. On Earth, man is in bondage, bound by space and time to the Earth plane. Encircling each planet, a wave of vibration binds him to his plane of unfoldment. That's the Van Allen belt, right?
That was the picture we were just talking about. And from what the research I've done, that is Seth talking to Enoch during the flood when the waters came up that high.
Whoa.
If you ever see that picture, I don't remember where I got that information though, but I remember Enoch, or I think it was Seth, on the boat, and he was half through the boundaries.
Oh.
Yeah, we heard a gun debate in the chat, and I still haven't heard back from the Fed on my background check, and that was back in October. So if I'm waiting to go hunting, man, I'm going hungry.
Yeah, that's it. See his head sticking through?
Yeah, that's like the foot being outside of that one picture that Phil's been sharing, the architect with and his foot's outside the painting.
Mm-hmm.
Remember?
Gives you hope.
Well, I think it's a representation of the all that's beyond the veil. I think that's what that is right there too. That it's a possible, yeah.
See how his head's through? Yeah.
His hand's through too.
Yeah.
He's reaching up towards the heaven. We're right by the wheels. Ezekiel's wheels up there.
Ain't that amazing?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't pick up on that picture, but see him sticking through it.
Have you guys seen recently the moon and the star that's right next to it? It looks just like the Islam symbol in the sky recently.
Yes. Sorry, Steve. But yesterday I was looking at the sun at, 1 and 2 o'clock. Right. It was overhead, and all I needed was my sunglasses, and the clouds would move by, and you could tell, what I mean, the size of the sun. Dude, that thing is little. It's small. It tripped me out. It's small.
Yeah, it's weird. But it only looks that small when it's at noon. When it's on the horizons, it looks huge when it goes behind the clouds.
Right. Because you're looking through more lens. That's why it turns into that copper
fisheye lens. Yep. Exactly. And
the tent the God speaks about, he put over the sun, I think that tent moves with the sun. That creates the golden arch.
Yeah.
Venus,
that rings true.
Jupiter, and Moon in line, equally spaced. Miles, okay, those tools are what killed the old chivalric and Bushido warrior codes. Possible endgame scenario, my vid, the High Priestess, forward to 5612. Aqua Sharon says.
April, can you see me at all?
Possible endgame scenarios.
Yes.
I don't know about any endgame because I don't think it ever will end, because I think this is an eternal clearinghouse or
never-ending story.
Yeah,
well, that's what I thought about the end of the tunnel. You really never reach it.
Right. And
a renewal.
What does everybody say about going to the light? I say go to the damn light. The light is
everything. To the light.
Yes. And people are propagating stuff right now saying, well, you got to find the glitch in the matrix. You got to find, there's portals and tunnels. When you die, you just got to, don't be fooled into this. Don't be fooled into that. Just use your own discernment when it's time, when that time comes, when it's transition time, right. You're going to end up back here anyway, because That's if right. You haven't made divine union, you're going to come back here. Well,
it's always backwards. So a lot of times I think go towards the dark.
Yeah. And then in this book that says the lightest of all, the brightest of all the lights is the dark of the dark. Dark that is dark, but not of the night. Right. But yeah, guys, it's been 2 hours. Anybody got anything to say before we end this?
Just how much I appreciate it. You know, everybody bringing their thoughts to the table.
Yeah, I appreciate every one of you folks, and I'm glad you joined me. And I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat that has been debating and never go into the tunnel of light trap. That's what Free Press 666 says.
Well, I wonder if it's going to be a color. That's why they taught us red light, green light, go. The middle of the rainbow is green, right?
Right. Well, if there were, okay, now wrap your mind around this. Without light, the darkness wouldn't be dark. Am I right about that, or am I wrong about that?
You're right.
If it weren't for the light, manifest creation wouldn't be possible.
Right.
So,
exactly.
I'm glad you came, Regis. Thank you for joining, man. I appreciate seeing you here, brother. I love you. Mary Wins, thank you. Love you. Our Nuggets, love you, brother. Cassie James, from what I can remember, every time I transitioned to the other side of my family was there. Yes, and I believe that your family is there. The ones that haven't ascended. Well, probably the angelic ones too are there to tell you, spur you on. And I think we reincarnate as soul families when we come back or somehow find our soul families somehow, some way. And I think that's what we're doing here.
Well, what's that Metallica song? My body lies, but still I roam.
Yeah, my body lies over the ocean.
Yeah.
Not that song, dude. We're talking about the Seaman again.
Just for the record, her name is Casey.
Oh, sorry, Casey.
It's okay. I did it too.
The flesh lies. Yes, the flesh lies. Everybody's. It also moves. Not only lies. Aha, boom, boom.
But good thing you're willing and able.
Yes.
Right.
You're a warrior and you're able.
But thank you, Free Press, for bringing your thoughts. Yes. I appreciate that. And Casey says, thank you, Mama.
You're welcome, daughter.
Miles, thank you, brother. Casey, I love you, man. And
thanks for having me.
And thank you, Rodney. I'm glad you joined.
Love you, Rodney.
Love you all.
Hope you're feeling better, man. I hope you're feeling better.
Much better today. Thanks so much.
Good. Max Vision, remote view class. Thank you for joining. Angel.
I like his idea, Max's idea about when you meditate with a candle. I can see how that flickering and stuff.
Why? What did he say?
Well, you know, somebody was saying, well, they couldn't really stop and meditate. I think it was Eric. But then, you know, with the candle, if you use a candle, you know, you face the candle, that light's kind of in your eye when you're meditating.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
Eric's the one that has a hard time meditating, and Max did say that about the candle.
Yeah, I thought that was good advice.
Yeah, it is. I'm going to try it too.
Our Nuggets is buying a Muse to meditate, he says. What did you say, Rodney?
I said I wanted to send Jerry some healing energy. I didn't realize that he was sick.
Yeah, Jerry's going to be fine. He ain't sick.
Yes.
God had a purpose for this.
I know. Well, when my mom called me crying, talking about her friend Johnny T was sick with cancer, I was like, no, he's not. And she was like, yes, he is. And I said, no, he's not. Shut up. And the next report I got from her is that the cancer disappeared and they don't know what happened. So you are not sick with cancer. I refuse.
Yes. Right. Well, you know, at the end of the day, Jerry's going to be all right. So
yes, sir. That's right.
I agree. But I appreciate all the thoughts. I definitely got y'all on my thoughts.
Dark Truth, thank you for joining us. Critical Love 313, I'm glad you can make it. And Max Vision, I said hi, thanks. April, thank you, sweetheart. Even though you're a stalker.
Oh.
I got a delay here.
P Turtle, I'm glad you could join us. Thank you. Aqua Charon, I hope I said your name right. Brandy, I'm glad you were here. Thank you guys all. I appreciate you all. Love, peace, chicken grease.
And don't wear it down the back of you. Love y'all.